Hey folks, Dane here from Splash Guest House based at Hebara Beach in Katsuura-shi, Japan. Today we're going to talk to you about this lovely engine here, which is the Yamaha F8FMH. Alright, and why we bought this engine and to couple with our lovely truekit 2.8 meter. Alright, so if you're ready, let's get into it. Okay guys, I'm going to talk to you now about the Yamaha 8 horsepower, and I might jump around all over the place because I'm not a professional when it comes to reviews. I just try to give my honest general opinion. Alright, now there are different models and different types of this 8 horsepower. One of the biggest differences are the length of the shaft. That's basically how much sits in the water underneath your boat where that prop is. This is the short version, okay? And that works really well on my particular boats, which are the truekits out of New Zealand. And that's why we have it. The long version is the other type. That means just the length of the shaft, how deep the propeller sits in the water, is a longer version. It's about 15 or 20 centimeters longer. Talk to your boat dealer and they'll tell you which one is better for your specific boat. The other main difference between the 8 horsepower is there's what they call as a regular type or a high thrust type. Okay, now the high thrust type has basically a larger propeller, and it gets rid of its exhaust gases through the propeller. And the only reason you would need to buy that one is if you are running a very heavy boat, like maybe a carbon fiber boat with a lot of weight, a lot of passengers in it. And basically what you're going to do, you're going to lose that top end speed, but you're going to have a bit more grunt right from the start. Ours, again, we just went for the regular prop, which means we get that sort of higher end top speed because our boat is really light, so we don't need that high thrust. The other version of this as well is there's basically a regular pull style engine, which is what we've got, or you can pay quite a lot more money and you can have the electric version, which means it basically hooks up to a 12-volt battery on your boat and it has an electric starter switch, and also has some trimming on the engine, which means you can trim the prop electrically. Again, for our style boating that's not appropriate, but on a more fixed boat, let's say if you had like a 3 or 4 meter tin boat, and you wanted to have it always in the water, it was permanently fixed with electrics on it, and that would be the way to go for you. But ours, again, is just the standard 8 horsepower short shank engine. Okay, now these engines retail in Japan for pretty much around 210,000 yen brand new. If you talk to your local dealer, which is where I would advise you buy it from, not the internet, unless you're experienced with engines, is they might be able to get you some small discount. But again, the big thing of buying an engine from a dealer in Japan is they're going to help you with its regular servicing, its maintenance and things like that. So just imagine it's the same as buying a car. That's the way I look at it. Okay, so let's actually give you a sort of a bit more closer look at the engine and the features on the engine and why we bought it. Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to go down on my knees for this part of the video, so I can get myself in there and the motor as much as I can. Now, I'm going to just kind of give you a breakdown and a better look at this motor. You can understand why we chose it to go with our 2.8 meter truekit and 3.3 as well. Okay, so first of all, 8 horsepower, 4-stroke engine, beautiful engine. I can take off the cowling here, that's the top cover it's called, nice and easily, and you can have a quick look underneath there at the actual engine, give you a quick spin around. Now, these are all 4-stroke engines. That means that it takes regular gasoline, the same as your car or a 50cc scooter in Japan, which again makes them really easy to use and maintain and run. Really fuel efficient as well. The engine itself is pretty simple. When you look at it, basically we have a way to check our oil, just the same on the car, a dipstick which you can take in and out and check the oil levels. We have, I can't spin it around anymore, but just over here we have a place to put the oil in, and around this side, maybe I can move the whole trolley for you guys. Just spin it around this side so you can see. There we go. Around here basically we have 2 spark plugs, because it's a 2-cylinder engine. We have our electronics, and here we have our pull cord. Makes it nice and easy. Maybe I'll just move it a tiny bit more, and you can see that just there, that's where we put the oil in. Okay, this engine as well has an oil light, which makes it really easy to know when you're low on oil or if it's an emergency. But again, always make sure that you check the oil before you go out. It has a nice simple choke just there for cold starting, and big thing that you'll see different on this to a lot of the 2 horsepowers I've talked about is this has an external fuel tank, and this here is the way we attach that external fuel tank. Just going to show you the external fuel tank. This is the one that came with it. This is a standard Yamaha Marine outboard tank, and it is a 12-litre. Now they all come, Yamaha come coupled with a special coupling device for your engine, and there's 2 ends to it. One is for the fuel tank and the other one is for the engine. These are really nice and easy to understand, because if I stand up and show it to you, the one on the end of the fuel tank has a little petrol tank on it, which means that you know it goes from the petrol tank, and the other end is going to go to your motor. And it's quite simply a nice easy plug and play. Nice and simple. This here on the petrol tank is what they call is a priming ball, and it's how you squeeze the petrol down the pipe when you initially hook it up to the motor. Now we go down to the tiller control here, and you're going to see here we have, let me move it around so you can see here, we have our gears. So we have forward and reverse, nice and easily, and you can't actually engage. They have this lovely cutoff that I can engage that there forward, but if the accelerator is up, I can't actually engage it, which is a really nice feature. This button here is just our kill switch. So again, like on all standard outboards, it has a kill switch, and we use that to plug it in, and that means we can start the engine, and of course if you fall overboard, that comes out and stops the engine. Okay. Also on the tiller, we have a accelerator tensioning device, so we can actually have it really loose, or we can actually set it for trolling and things, and we can tighten it up, and so it becomes very, very tough to move. So some people like a really loose accelerator, some people like a little bit more tough, and again, some people just want to fix it, so they just go the same speed the whole time. So nice little thing to have, for sure. Like I say, so this engine 4-stroke and 2-cylinder, and it has forward and reverse. So unlike the Honda, which was just a single gear, which you've seen in my other videos, obviously this you're always going to have the tiller facing forward in your boat, and you'll just flick it into reverse gear, and the prop will actually stop and start to rotate the other way, so you can reverse. Okay. Having a look at what the other features are, I'm just going to pop the cowling back on, and you'll see how easy that is to go. Just slide it in. Oops. So it just clips under this side, pull it down to the back. simple click on the back. Or maybe if I spin it round, you'll see that clip just there. That just unclips like this. Oh, hang on. I'm standing in the wrong place. There you go. Just pull it up from the bottom, it unclips. Nice and easy. Clip it back down. Nice tight seal. So, the other thing with this this Yamaha is they say it's actually semi-mobile, or they do call it one of their mobiles things. So we have a nice carry handle here and a nice carry handle here, you can see just in there, that actually allows us to pick the motor up reasonably easy. It does weigh 45 kilos, so it's not super light by any means, but it's still mobile. So you can definitely, a strong guy can pick it up and move it around, take it out of the car, put it on the boat, maybe move it 50 meters without having to rest. So again, that's one of the big reasons why we bought ours, because we need it to be mobile. Talking about some of the other features, I know this video is kind of long. Just down here, let me move around, see if you can see. Just in here, this motor has various trim settings which you can actually change. So you can set the trim on this motor to be slightly different. So you can work that out for your boat, either dead straight down or pitch the propeller up slightly, and that might help with getting the boat up onto plane and things like that quicker. So again, a really nice feature. One of the other big features of this is it has I'm not sure what you call it. Basically, when you're moving the engine left and right on your boat, just here we've got like a tensioning rod, so we can have it fully open and it will move really smoothly and easily. Or you can tighten that up, so it's a little bit tougher. You've got to push harder. And then actually you can actually push it all the way across and basically lock the engine. So again, if you're just trolling in a straight line or wanting to go in a straight line, you can basically fix that just by moving this little lever here. Okay, really nice feature. Lastly, it has an engine tilt. So when you want to tilt the motor up and down on the back of your boat, quite simply there's a lever there that you can clip, and then that will allow you each time to actually, if I just put my foot there, to tilt the motor up and down, and it will actually lock into place. Okay, another real nice feature. The accelerator has warm trolling and 100% markings on it, which is nice. It has, we always use this chain here for, I'm going to move it around. This chain here goes onto the back of our transom. So just in case the engine dismounts itself, we have something that it's attached to, so it won't just sink to the bottom of the ocean. Also the locking plates here, they also have holes through them. I'm not sure if you can just see that down there. So we have this clip here which allows us to lock the screws together, which means they can't unwind themselves in any way. Pretty much looking at the motor, that's it from us, of all the features, I think. This on our TrueKit 2.8 horsepower with one person in the boat gets up on plane in a matter of seconds, and the top end speed is scary, let's put it that way. With two in the boat, just perfect. We can still get things up on plane with two sort of 280 kilo guys in there. One feature I just noticed, and I did forget here, is it has this auto flushing system. So remember, these are water cooled engines, so you can't start this engine like those air cooled Honda ones I was explaining without water going through the system. So if you've got earmuffs for your engine, which you can, there's a hose pipe and a set of muffs that go around the bottom of the engine and will circulate the water through the engine. when it's running. If you've got those, that's the best way that you can actually clean your engine after you come out of the ocean. If you don't have those, it has this system where you can unscrew this. You can attach a hose pipe to the end of this and then just flush the whole system with fresh water without even starting the engine, which is a really big plus, especially if you imagine you live somewhere, you know, with close neighbors or an apartment building or something, and you can't, or you're going to use the boat early in the morning or late at night, and you can't really, sounds like ambulance going past, you can't really run that engine for 10 to 15 minutes to flush all that salt out. This is a real big bonus, so you can just hook that up and just flush the engine, so to get rid of all the, to keep it clean before you store it. So it's a nice feature. We're lucky here, living right on the beach. We can just run the engine each time we come off, and we've got muffs and whatnot to do that. Pretty much, I believe that is about it with this engine. Like I say, super fuel efficient. 12-litre tank of gas, just goes for hours at half throttle. I can't tell you those stats off the top of my head. You'll need to, there's a lot of information online about that. Yeah, that's a quick in-depth look of the Yamaha. I'm gonna do a wrap up now for you. Okay folks, let's wrap this video up. So now, as you can see here, I've got the Yamaha 8 with our little truekit 2.8 meter boat. This for us is the perfect combination for a lot of the marine activities that we get up to here at Splash. That's things like tow foiling, wakeboarding, little tire behind the boat, kids in the summer. We take this out for snorkeling trips. We use it to go to little various ways with the surfboard. Just a general all-round fun platform. Now, you must understand that if you want to use this engine in Japan, you must personally have a boat license by law. And if you want to use this engine on any boat in Japan, regardless of size, that boat must be fully inspected and registered. As simple as that. If you're looking to get on the water quickly without a license or boat inspection and registration, then there are ways to do that. Check out some of my other videos, especially the Honda 2 horsepower. That will explain a few things for you. But if you do want more information on, you know, how to get to this stage where you can own an engine and a boat in Japan, then leave a comment below and I'll try and respond to that as quickly as I can. Dig around in our other videos and you might find some other more useful information. If you have found this video to be useful, please subscribe and like. That really helps us the most, and it will inspire us to continue to make more videos for you. But I hope it's been useful for you. We truly do love the Yamaha 8 and the truekit, and it allows us to get out there as often as humanly possible and have some fun. So I'm going to leave it there because I'm actually off out there now to go and do a bit of fishing and catch supper for the family. Otherwise they're all going to be upset that there's no dinner on the table. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Chew!